Yo, what's happening? This is your boy Prime, and it's about damn time. I'm about 2 days late on this one. This one is pretty sad for me because somebody actually got killed here. So 2 days ago, according to CNN, an Uber driver was taken into custody Friday morning after his passenger was shot and killed in Denver. That's what the police said. Won't go into what the guy's name is because at the end of the day, it's not important. At the end of the day, the only thing that's important is that a life has been taken. Uh, and he was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. So, what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to give you my insight, and then I'm going to give you some possible tips that you could actually use to prevent this from happening to you as an Uber or a Lyft driver, a rideshare driver, or even a delivery driver, because a delivery driver killed somebody in Atlanta as well. So uh, it was a while ago, but the fact of the matter is that when you're doing this, you're putting yourself in harm's way. It's just that simple, right? So basically, for me, what I have done to prevent these type of things from happening is number one, if you don't have a dash cam already, you need to get one. I'm gonna tell you why. I've been driving for 3 years now. The first year I drove, I was part-time, I had no camera. Second and third year, I have had a camera. Okay, I drove part-time the first year, partially, and then I kind of went into a full-time mode at the end of that year. And I had about 3 incidents that really got bad. And for one of those incidents, I even got deactivated temporarily by Uber until they did their preliminary investigations. You know how they do. Then they reactivated me. So basically, what I have done is I installed a camera, and I even put stickers on the window, so when they get in, before they get in, they see that it's audio and video. Now, of course, you got to make sure that in your state, what the laws are when it comes to recording. But here in my state is a one-party consent state. So that basically means only one person needs to consent to video and audio, and that person can be me. So I don't need permission to record them. I don't even need to put a sticker there. I just do that because people think that you gotta warn them. And I do also do that because it straightens them up. They start asking me questions like, you really have audio and video? Yes. And they'll ask me, why do you have it? I have it for you, for safety. Okay? To make sure that I'm safe and make sure you're safe. Plus it's an insurance thing as well. So those are some things right there. The other thing that I do is I actually child lock my driver side back door. And the reason why is because I seen a video a long time ago, and you guys probably already seen it. It was a video where the guy ended up pepper spraying the guy because he was sitting directly behind him, and he was punching him and all that kind of stuff like that. And the guy ended up being a COO of Taco Bell, who at some point got fired too because of that. Now, basically, my point is that I locked that door because I have a reason for them not to sit behind me now because they can't get out on that side. Now, there's 2 reasons why I do that. Number one, passengers don't really look for traffic. They just get out. So I always drop them off on the right-hand side of the street. And when they get in the car and they sit directly behind me, I'll let them know, hey, listen, you may want to sit over there because on that side I have a child lock. And typically, I'm sorry about that. And typically, they would move over. Okay, I haven't had anybody yet to just say, nah, I'm good here. You know what I'm saying? So because they want to be able to get out the car when it's time to get out the car. And I like them there because I can see them and they within a distance of me. So that's just some of the safety things that I do. Another thing that I do is I keep in close communication with other drivers. I have an app called Zello where I communicate with a numerous amount of drivers while we're driving. So, you know, if you don't know what Zello is, it's basically a walkie-talkie app. And if you don't have it, you need to get it and get a crew of drivers that that can motivate you and also know where you at. Another thing that I do is with those same drivers, we also share our location on Google. It's a feature on Google. It's called location sharing. So we share our locations at all times while we're driving. So if they get in trouble, get a flat tire, I can just basically go to the app and hit directions. It'll guide me right to where they at. So those are multiple things to keep you safe. Okay. Now that's my tips and tricks to keeping you safe. Now, my insight on this whole incident is simple. We live in a world right now where we think more guns makes you more safe. And that's backwards. I think the more guns you have, the less safe you can be. I mean, all you got to do is ask Canada and ask Great Britain. The police in Great Britain don't even carry guns. Okay? The only people that can get guns in those two countries are basically farmers, not normal people. Normal people are not walking around with handguns. Okay? So that's my insight on that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's going to be some Second Amendment guys that's going to get mad. But at the end of the day, my belief is that, my cold dead hand and a good guy with a gun will stop a bad guy with a gun. That's nonsense, because it almost never happens that way. It always seems to be the bad guy shooting good people, and there is no good guy around to help. He's outside, not even trying to do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? So that logic, it doesn't make sense to me. So essentially what I'm trying to say here is that guns are not a necessity at all, especially when you're driving Uber. All you need to do is protect yourself, just like I said, and you'll be okay. I have found that when I put that camera in there and I put that sticker that says that we are recording here, that people straighten up. Even at night, it doesn't matter. People straighten up. I mean, yeah, you still got the drunks. They still doing drunk stuff, but they don't attack you. You know what I'm saying? So, that's pretty much what I'm trying to say about that. I was watching a video today about this particular incident, and they were talking about other alternative weapons that you can use that could possibly not get you deactivated, that's legal and all this other stuff. Let me tell you something. You don't need no weapons at all, because if you had those right there, you would feel safe and you would be safer. Now, could something still happen? Of course, things gonna happen regardless. I mean, let's just put in perspective, right? Let's say you got a handgun on your side, your passenger's in the back. The number one thing I always tell people is, if you got a gun right here on your waist, or it's in your waistband, or if it's here, or if it's on your ankle. Okay, if I'm the passenger in the back and we're having an argument and it's getting really hostile, and I see you reach for something, I'm gonna kill you before you even get a chance to get your gun. You sitting on it. You can't get to it. Your seatbelt is right there. I mean, I see you reaching. I'm gonna pull my. I got a better I got a better sight of view than you do. I have better leverage from the back seat than you do from the front. It's you. Listen. You are already in a compromising position as it is. It doesn't need to be more, complex than that. You don't need to make things worse, because at the end of the day, if you pull that gun and you shoot somebody, ain't no coming back from that on both sides. That man die, that lady die, or and then you go to prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no coming back from that. So what I'm trying to say is this is a plea to everybody out there right now that's driving, that think that they need to have a gun. The answer to that is no. Okay? And for my ladies that's driving at night, I would like to say this. If you're driving at night, stop. I know that y'all like to get that money at night, but if you don't have any of those things I just talked about, with people having your back, you know what I'm saying, knowing where your location is at, having that Zello app, I mean, you kind of you're in an even more compromising position because you're a woman, and like people think they can take advantage of you a lot more. And I'm not saying that women can't take care of themselves and nothing like that. I'm just simply saying that that's not what the world thinks. The world thinks that, especially a man thinks that they got the advantage over you at any time. So you need to understand, at the end of the day, having a gun is not a good idea when it comes to rideshare. Now, if someone breaks in your house, different scenario. But in the car, I mean, think about it. You shoot a gun in the car, you in close quarters. I mean, I was listening to the video today and it was talking about close quarters training. Listen, I had a CCW license. Okay? I've been to the training. I know how to shoot a gun. They don't train you on that. You know what I'm saying? That training doesn't happen for the average American. It doesn't. So you're not trained to get into this type of combat, this type of warfare or whatever, this type of assault. You don't know what you're doing. You shoot a gun in close quarters like that, you're going to have something wrong with your ear afterward. One of the shells going to pop out and hit you in your eye. I'm telling you, that's not a good place to shoot a gun at. Like, you might as well not even have a gun, because the whole purpose of having a gun is to be able to shoot somebody and basically get them, basically have distance between you and them. And you just don't have enough distance. I mean, imagine trying to shoot a gun like this. I mean, it's not a really good, it's not a good form. The accuracy is not going to be there. I mean, maybe they got out the car. I don't know the whole, I don't know. I'm not giving you a detailed analysis of what happened there, because I don't know if it was outside or inside. But wherever it was at, even if it was outside, then the driver's in the wrong, because why did you even get out the car? Okay? So you got to understand, keep things bottled up so that things don't happen like that. But see, if you bring a gun into play, I mean, you put that thing on yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as that, I wouldn't even do that. All right, so, basically investigators found 10 spent rounds, 40 caliber, okay, on the left shoulder of the interstate blood trail. It was consistent with where the vehicle came to a stop on the ramp. The guy who was arrested, he was handcuffed. They found a Ruger SR-40 pistol in his waistband. Police said there is probable cause to believe that this guy who discharged his Ruger pistol, striking the victim numerous times, causing his death. So it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. I understand that it's situations that a passenger may attack you, but this is my thing. Whatever happened to these? You know what I'm saying? What happened to this? Are we so afraid in this country of people that we afraid to fight back? We gotta shoot them, kill them, whatever, man. I know that people gonna look at me and say, are you serious? And I'm gonna say, yes. Listen, I'm waiting on the day that a passenger wanna jump fly with me. That will be my last day driving that platform. I promise you that. Because at the end of the day, I don't take no shit from none of these passengers. I'll put them out quick. Ask anybody, they'll tell you. I put them out. I put them out before they even get in the car. Quick. I don't play. Okay. And a lot of you guys out there, a lot of you drivers, y'all miss to play games because like they run amok over on y'all, not me. They come see me and they find out I'm a different type of Uber driver. I'm a different type of rideshare driver. I'm the one that ain't gonna play no games with you. This is a ride. I'm doing a service and I'm trying to get paid. The rest can kick rocks. Okay? The last time a dude tried to play games with me, I tell you one thing, you ain't playing games no more. Not with me. So there ain't no threat. What that is a promise. Because at the end of the day, I don't play. I don't take no stuff from these people, man, at all. And that's what you guys need to step up to the plate. You don't need no firearm, man. If you need a firearm, then you scared. I mean, only scared people walking around right now in your city with a legal gun. Only scared people. I remember I had a passenger one time, me and him had a good conversation, man. It was a long ride, and he was telling me how he had a gun. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like, is it on you? He said, yeah. I say, man, that's not, you're not supposed to have a gun on the platform like that, man. It was a lift. And he was like, oh, man, I didn't know, man. He was like, man, you want me to just give you the gun and put it up there so you can see it? I say, nah, don't worry about it, bro. Because I'm not scared. He wasn't pointing the gun at me. So why am I scared? You know what I'm saying? Like if that would have happened with some of you other Uber drivers, y'all would have been like, y'all been pissing in your pants, man. Y'all so damn scary. But it ain't. Listen, and to be honest with you, to be fair with you, it's not just you. It's the entire United States of America. We think guns is the end all be all. We scared. We scared of our own self. We scared of our neighbors. We don't want to use these no more. We're afraid to use these. Listen, I know it's a few trolls and a few critics gonna say, what you gonna use these when they ain't shooting at you? Listen, man, first and foremost, if you in a car and you in close quarters like that, the only way that this person can pull out a gun on you and pretty much shoot you is to basically endanger their own life. I mean, you driving, you got the wheel, they in the back seat. That's why it's always a must for me to make sure they get in the back seat, because that makes it harder for them to try to steer and all that. They can't steer the car like that. Now obviously when you stop, you pretty much at the mercy of that person. But if you have an argument with somebody, my thing is this: if you have an argument with somebody, you should immediately pull over, because in my case, you're not about to argue with me in my car. Okay, I'm gonna pull over and we're gonna talk this out just like that on the clock. Okay, now if whatever happens from there, we can't get along, then they got to get on. And if they try to pull anything, I'm not that far away from them where I can't grab them and grab whatever they got and disarm them. It's that easy, man. I mean, I know I talked it through, and you probably trying to visualize it. You like, well, I don't know. That's kind of hard to listen. The average person that has a gun, they're not fully trained like that. I don't care if you got a CCW license in your state. Trust me, You're half trained, bruh. I went through that training. You're not trained in urban warfare. You're not trained in close quarters. You're not trained to do a lot of different things that if you went to the army or something like that, or maybe some kind of police schooling, you would be trained on stuff like that. Now, I understand this is probably a few drivers out there that's it's a lot of drivers that's been in the military that can say, "Oh, I'm trained." Okay, in that case, you train. I have no problem with that. But the average Uber driver is not trained to handle a gun. That's like this. That's pretty much the same idea as having teachers having guns. I just but you don't need a gun, man. You just need to control what you can control, and that's your car. If you get into an argument with a person, the ride should be over with. Period. You should pull over and be like, you got to get out. If they don't want to get out, then you just tell them, hey, listen, I'm gonna call the police if you don't get out. Now, of course, this is where that whole Uber thing with the 911 button comes into play, because we need that. That way you can just hit the button and then you can focus on what you need to focus on. So let me know what you guys think, man. What you guys think that, Uber drivers could do better. I mean, obviously, I know some people gonna say have more guns, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna shoot that down off top, because I just shot that down. You don't need more guns. You need less guns, and you need smarter people that can control situations. And that's all this is. It's just a situation. And I have been in situations myself, and I have controlled those situations. Okay, and for whatever reason, if I can control it, it's going down. So that's been my time, man. My name, you already know, it's prime time, boy. And like this guy, don't do the crime if you can't do the damn time. And I'm out.